Hello everyone, my name is Sahil and I welcome you all at Unacademy. So guys, in the today's session, we are going to discuss a very important topic with respect to the role of big tech in Indian economy, GS paper number 3. That is ongoing controversy between Competition Commission of India and Google, where Competition Commission of India has imposed a fine of more than 1300 crore rupees on Google, and Google even has approached Supreme Court. So we are going to discuss that how big tech often tries to abuse their market dominant position, what is this entire case and what it means for the survival of big tech such as Google in India, and how India can be prepared for such kind of things. Now, first of all, let's understand that what has happened. So guys, recently Competition Commission of India has imposed a fine of more than 1300 crore rupees on Google, and the charge that has been imposed by Competition Commission of India is that Google has abused their market dominant position. Now, it also calls in question that we need to holistically regulate big tech in India. Now, let's start with this topic, but very basic information we need to take first. What does this word big tech means? So guys, big tech is the word that we used for such technological companies which have a considerably big footprint, okay, and often we use the name of such companies to refer as big tech. For example, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, these companies are called as big tech. Now, first of all, let's understand that what is this recent controversy that has happened between Google and Competition Commission of India? Why Competition Commission of India has imposed a fine on Google? So basically, as we talk about Google, you might be knowing it already that Google manages, operates and runs its Android operating system. So operating system is a platform on which a mobile or a computer operates. When we talk about mobile phones, there exists a kind of a duopoly in terms of operating system. There is the operating system that is iOS, which is owned by Apple, and the second operating system that is Android. Okay, now the Android operating system is by Google. Now see this thing, Google says that this operating system is openly available for the companies, original equipment manufacturers, fine, the companies such as Samsung, Redmi, Vivo, etc. They can use this operating system for their devices. Google claims this particular thing. Well, it sounds very good, but there is one particular issue. The issue is this, guys, that before using this Android operating system, the original equipment manufacturers, mobile phone companies such as Samsung, Vivo, etc., they have to sign an agreement with the Google. They have to sign an agreement with the Google, and this agreement has become controversial. First of all, what is this particular agreement? This agreement is called as Mobile Application Distribution Agreement. And in this particular agreement, what Google does? So Google provides this particular thing that if they need to use this operating system, then they have to compulsorily upload certain of Google applications on their mobile phone. For example, if you have ever bought an Android mobile phone, YouTube, Google Maps, Google Pay are often pre-installed. So they have to give these applications pre-installed if they have to use their operating system. Now it has been said that, guys, when we talk about the bulk users of operating system in India, they are the Android users. And as Android mobiles are being sold and YouTube, Google Play, Google Maps are being given to people pre-installed, Google is trying to increase its market domination. So this is something which Google has abused. Now, basically it has been provided by the Competition Commission of India that around the world, Google has faced such kind of a challenges. Google is trying to kill the competition. Now you see this particular thing. In India, majority of mobile phones that are sold, they are the Android mobile phones. Other streaming platform cannot come in existence if you are getting the option of YouTube pre-installed there. Fine. So this is something, and according to Competition Commission of India, it is the abuse of the provisions of Competition Act of 2002. So this is the big issue that has happened. Moreover, apart from this, Competition Commission of India has found certain other problems also with the Google. Now, first of all, it has been provided that Google often has also imposed as this particular condition, it puts these original equipment manufacturers as disadvantage. So Google cannot impose on these companies that they have to give these apps pre-installed. Moreover, it has also been provided by the Competition Commission of India that Google often doesn't allows the side loading of application. Now, what does this mean, side loading of application? See this particular thing, that if you want to, or if you want to use any application on mobile phone, what do? You go at Google Play Store. You go at Google Play Store, and from there you can download this application. Now the point is that often developers, if they want to feature their applications on the Google Play Store, they have to give money to the Google. Now many of the operators or many of the developers, they say that we don't want to feature our application on Google Play Store. Directly we want to feature it on our website, and from our website people can download these applications. This is called as side loading. Now Google often doesn't allow the side loading. So Competition Commission of India had said that you have to allow side loading of applications. Is it clear? So this is something that has been provided. Now, what is Google's argument in this entire case? So number one, Google is saying this particular thing, that Google is accountable for the applications that are available on Play Store. Google has erected a robust cyber security infrastructure. It is always checking their Play Store that there is no malware. The applications that are being featured, they are compliant with the local laws. For example, if in India, the apps should be compliant with the Indian laws. Okay. So it has been provided that these checks exist on their Play Store. But if applications will be side loaded many number of times, these applications, basically there might be certain issues. They might be a malware, or they might inject a virus. Who will take that particular guarantee? So don't allow the side loading of the applications. Let them be at Play Store. Okay, this is one thing that has been provided. It has been said that if such side loading will be allowed, what will happen? It will expose Indian users to the risk of their data exposure. Moreover, national security can also be compromised, because certain of the apps might be collecting sensitive information, sensitive data. So national security challenges, cyber security challenges, privacy challenges will come with these apps. Who will take that guarantee? This is something that Google has provided. Moreover, guys, there is one more issue that has come. See what Google has done. Google has made one platform, that is Android. Now there can be the forks of this Android that is often developed. Now what are the forks? Now you see this thing, that if you buy the OnePlus mobile phone, or if you buy the Samsung mobile phone, or if you buy the Vivo mobile phone, all are using Android, but there will be little bit differences in the version of Samsung as well as OnePlus mobile phone. What has happened? On the basic Android platform, certain changes have been made by original equipment manufacturers. That is called as developing the forks of Android. Okay. Now Google also has a problem in developing these forks or changing the Android platform little bit by these mobile phone manufacturers. Google say this thing, that they have standardized the Android mobile platform, and they had made this ecosystem predictable, and they have infused a lot of security patches in this particular ecosystem. But what is happening when the original equipment manufacturers are creating the forks, often that tweaked versions, often that security gets compromised. Okay, this is something that has been provided. Now it has been said, Google, that the standard Android platform that we have made, we are investing a lot in security. But if original equipment manufacturers will make their own forks, then they have to invest from scratch in that security, and the cost, it will be passed on to the customers. And what will happen? Mobile phones, mobile devices will become expensive. So Google want to regulate the creation of these forks, that is a tweaked versions of Android, doesn't want to allow the side loading, and is giving pre-installed apps. So these are all the big issues that have come in this particular direction. And because of all these violations that have happened in the past, CCI has imposed a 1300 crore rupees fine on Google, for which Google has even approached Supreme Court. Now, before moving, guys, I want to tell you briefly about Unacademy UPSC GS subscriptions. So you can enroll at Unacademy, and you have the very strong reason to enroll at Unacademy. You get widest choice of educators, flexibility to change the course, unlimited view on lectures, dedicated doubt solving sessions are there, printed comprehensive notes, end-to-end preparation of your exam starting for prelims right till interview, live mentorship and daily answer writing. Now all these are the bare minimum necessities for a UPSC aspirant, and all these things are being provided at Unacademy. You can enroll in Plus as well as Iconic batch, and you can use the code Sahil29 to avail a flat 10% discount on all the courses. And at Unacademy you can learn at your own pace. You can take subscription of 12 month, 18 month, 24 month, 36 months. Moreover, now Unacademy has come out with Iconic week offer, where if you take the subscription of 18 months, you get the complimentary optional subscription. So first of all, we see this thing that 10% discount has been given if you use the code Sahil29, and then optional subject is being given complimentary. So you can make big savings if you enroll in the Unacademy courses. And now Unacademy is starting expedition batch, which is going to be started from January 19, that is today. So you can enroll in the batch, and here you get an opportunity to get educated by India's top educators. Fine. And all these courses are available at 0% EMI option. You can call at this number and my team will guide you with bare minimum formalities that are there. Now, moving on in this particular dimension, what are the other issues? So this is the present issue, but this is not the first time that such concern has been raised. Many other times also there have been certain issues. So what are the other issues which are associated with big tech in India? Let's discuss them one by one. Now, number one is the issue of internet monopoly. Now, basically guys, see this thing that these big techs, what they have done, they have virtually killed or they have eliminated the entire competition. You just guys take example, you have Google and you have YouTube. YouTube is the platform for watching videos, for streaming. Can you recall any other alternative of YouTube? Fine, probably you will not be able to do that. Does it means that no competition had came in between? No, that's not the case. So point is that these platforms, they don't allow the small players to exist. Either they buy those competitions or they eliminate those competition because of their big size. So this we see. So what has happened? They are creating a kind of a monopoly. They are leveraging their big power. Okay. Now here we can take example of the e-commerce websites. So guys, see this thing. Today Amazon and Flipkart, they have acquired such a big market dominance, such a big market size, that even if other e-commerce website will try to come in the business, they will never receive that traction which Amazon and Flipkart is receiving. They are too big. Second issue is that even they buy that particular competition. For example, Instagram was bought by Facebook, WhatsApp was bought by Facebook. So in the terms of social media intermediaries, Meta is the biggest player in this market. Instagram, WhatsApp, all have been acquired. So this is something that they have doing. Now the point is that rather than retaining people, consumers by the good quality of services, they simply buy out the entire competition. And understand this thing that when the competition will be killed, at the end of the day, consumer will be impacted. Okay. Then next issue that comes here is that unrestricted flow of sensitive data. Now, you are uploading a lot of your sensitive information on these platforms. For example, if there is a social media website, you are uploading your photo, you are uploading your sensitive information, where this information is physically stored. Okay, that is stored in the servers which are located in other countries where India might not have a lot of control. Okay, you are going on Amazon, you are uploading your card information. Where that information is actually located, it is located on the servers in the other countries. So point is that many number of times the sensitive information, it is flowing, your financial records, phone location, your medical history, it is being stored in the platforms at other countries. That is something that is big issue. Moreover, often these big corporations have stated that they have the ownership of this entire data, and this data is being used to show customized ads. The data is being sold. Today the data has become the big new oil. Okay, they are using that particular data. Then next issue that comes in this particular direction is the privacy concerns. Now today guys, we see this particular thing that artificial intelligence and big data have come together. Artificial intelligence and big data has come together. See, today a lot of data is being harvested. First of all, when we use the word big data, it is characterized by three V's. That is volume. A lot of data is being collected every millisecond. Velocity, very fastly the data is being collected, okay, or being generated. And variety, different types of data is being collected. So the moment you go on internet, you are making any search query, you are uploading any information, you are uploading your picture, you are generating the data. That data is actively being collected, and through artificial intelligence this data is constantly being filtered, and by that they are making your psychological profile, and on the basis of your psychological profile, on the basis of your taste and preferences, they are showing you targeted advertisement. And as a lot of information is being collected, it might lead to the breach of privacy as well in the times to come. In India, right to privacy has already been declared as a fundamental right by Puttaswamy judgment. Okay, so they might also impact the privacy rights. The next issue is this. Basically, there is no transparency as the data that is being collected by these big tech companies, how they are processing that data, how they are treating that data. There is no clarity on such kind of a thing. And then a very big problem that comes in this particular direction is regulatory vacuum. Now these technologies have grown by leaps and bounds, fine, but the point is that regulatory systems have not evolved to catch up with them. Even in India, we have IT Act of 2000. The provisions in IT Act that are there, they are pretty old to deal with the new age challenges that they have thrown open. So these technologies, they have drastically grown, but the legislations to check them have not seen that particular growth. Now, guys, we see this particular thing that these platforms, big tech, social media companies, they also often are shrugging their responsibilities. For example, what has happened? Often we have seen that in the case of social media platforms, often fake information is proliferating on these platforms. Okay, hate propagandas are being ran on these platforms. What these platforms say? They say that we are only intermediaries, we are facilitators of information, we don't have any accountability. This is something that they have said, and they also say that they cannot be held responsible for whatever information is flowing on these platforms. Okay, so the point is that there is a regulatory vacuum, and they have tried to take advantage of that regulatory vacuum at many places. Okay, then next issue is arbitrary pricing. Now guys, these platforms are often giving you services. For example, they are selling you cloud service. If you have a Gmail account, and if you are sharing a lot of big files with somebody on Gmail, your account gets filled. They give you 15 GB of storage. If you want to buy more storage, they will give you plans. Now the point is that who had determined these prices? Whether it is a fair price or not a fair price, who will determine that thing? When there is a free market, open market, and there are a lot many players, they will determine that price. So here they are the price maker. Okay, and this pricing is often arbitrary. Okay, many number of times, guys, you are buying the software. Now when the copies of the software are being created, there is no additional cost, but they are charging so much of money for their digital services. Okay, this is something that has happened, that has become a big concern. And then we also see the issue of predatory pricing, particularly in the case of e-commerce company. You take example of Amazon. Today you go on Amazon, and or Amazon, they from time to time they run big festival sale or such kind of a sale. In those days they lower the price too much, and actually what they are doing, they are killing the competition, they are killing the brick and mortar businesses. Okay, so what they do, they lower the price to such an extent that other firms are completely wiped out. They have big money, they can give those deep discounts, but other fine small players cannot give those big discounts, and because of this particular thing, we often see that they are killing the competition. Moreover, often we also see this particular thing, that they have also degraded or had impacted the core values. What they have done, for example, often they spread fake news. Okay, particularly social media platforms such as Facebook, they have become hotbed for spreading fake news. Often they propagate political propaganda, political polarization is carried, hate speeches are propagated through social media particularly. when the riots happened in Delhi in 2020, there was credible information that through Facebook a lot of hate speech got spread out. Even Delhi Legislative Assembly called the Facebook officials there, but they said that we have a right to stay silent, will not come. These are certain things that they have been sent. Many of the misogynistic abuse, many of such kind of an attitudes where they show a kind of a disdain, fine, against women, such kind of attitudes are also propagated. We have certain examples also, guys, here to back this claim. So Facebook, Instagram in 2020, it failed to take any action on the controversy such as called as the boys locker room. So in boys locker room, fine, here we have seen this particular thing that some of the people, they have shown women in negative light. Okay, so no action was taken initially. Here we see this thing that Twitter displayed the map of India where the Leh was shown as the part of China. Okay, fine, we see this thing that the Facebook had played a role in spreading the hate speeches during the time of 2020 Delhi riots. Recent issue, fine, where Google has been accused of dominating market abuse. So these are issues that have been there in general with the big tech. Now, it's not the case that they are entirely culprit here. We are trying to showcase. No, we are trying to tell you all the general facets of this development that are there. But apart from that, also they have helped in transforming the India's digital space. So let's see that how they have helped in transforming India's digital space. First of all, guys, they have played a very big role in fintech market of India. Today we see this thing that today big tech, for example, if you take Google, it operates its Google Pay, and by the Google Pay, utility bills can be paid, money can be transferred, money can be received. It is helping a lot many small players, shop owners, kirana store people. Fine. So in India, we see this thing that the fintech adoption is 87%. Global fintech adoption is just 64%, but in India it is 87%. So we have the biggest fintech market in the world. How it became possible? It became possible because of these big tech companies enabling field that they have created. Now, when we use the word fintech, what it includes? Retail banking, cryptocurrencies, payment apps such as Paytm, peer-to-peer lending. Then they are also helping to overcome the literacy barriers. Now, guys, today, for example, you go to Google, there is Google Translate, which is translating English in virtually all the languages that are there. So basically, what they are helping in overcoming the literacy barriers. Voice based search that can be made on these platforms such as Google, it is removing the barrier of English. Fine, it is making these platforms more accessible to the people. Then they have also helped in generation of employment and infrastructure. Guys, today we see this particular thing that the gig market economy, platform economy, where people are finding the work on Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Uber, this has contributed a lot in Indian economy. Even YouTube had given so much of opportunities to the people, okay, to the youth. Fine. So point is that they are creating employment, okay. Moreover, according to the recent report by the NASCO, it has been provided that technology sector today continues to be the sector of choice of youth, okay. Then they are also helping in enhancing the social and political rights of the people, particularly the right of freedom of speech and expression. Guys, when we talk about article number 19, which gives freedom of speech and expression, what has happened? Social medias, they have democratized the agency of expression. So today on Facebook, Twitter, fine, you can raise forward your expression. Moreover, these are the platforms which have also become the basis for information that today's youth are getting, okay. So this helps in realization of fundamental rights, social political rights. Now, we also have certain mechanisms in place to deal with these social medias, big tech. For example, the biggest one that we have is the Competition Act of 2002, which has created Competition Commission of India. Now, this Competition Commission of India ensures that there are no anti-competitive practices. What does this word anti-competitive practice means? So any practice where a player is trying to kill the competition, is trying to reduce the competition, such kind of practices should not be there. So it ensures reduction in these anti-competitive practices. Competition Commission of India that has been created by this Competition Act ensures to eliminate that have adverse effect on competition. It will protect the interest of consumers. It will ensure the freedom of trade in market. Fine. Recently, the Competition Amendment Bill 2022 also came. Fine. Let's discuss about this bill also. Guys, the point here in my session is this. No dimension should be left unturned. Whatever dimensions can be possible be raised in this particular question, in this particular theme, should be answered. So recently, this Competition Amendment Bill 2022 that came, it aims to amend the Competition Act, number 1. Guys, see this thing. I told you that the Facebook acquired Instagram, Facebook acquired WhatsApp, and what they have done, in a way, they have killed the competition. So today, big mergers and big acquisitions are being done, not for some economic benefit, but just to kill the competition. So such big mergers, fine. If transaction value is more than 2000 crore rupees, then approval is to be taken from Competition Commission. Then next is that, okay, this bill expands the scope of entities that comes under the radar of Competition Commission of India. And the lastly, the Competition Act of 2000 came obviously in the Competition Act that came way back in 2000s. It was just to regulate the physical marketplaces, but today digital marketplaces, e-commerce platforms have come. So in order to effectively regulate these digital marketplaces, this amendment has been brought. Okay. Moreover, we also have Information Technology Act, IT Act of 2000. So there are two most important sections, Section 69 and Section 69A that we have. So Section 69 gives the power that the government can intercept, decipher or monitor any information that is generated or transmitted or received through the digital device. So by this, the information that they are spreading, they are receiving, it can be regulated. And then as per Section 69A, government can block the access to any information generated, transmitted on digital space. So here, under IT Act, government can control these social media platforms, big tech players. Moreover, recently, IT Rules 2021 also came. So under IT Rules 2021, government had tried to regulate the social media over the top platforms. Okay, when we talk about the social media, guys, fine. Basically, see this thing, that when we talk about the social media, we have social media intermediaries. There are two types of social media intermediaries. That is significant social media intermediaries and social media intermediaries. Significant social media intermediaries are those which have more than 50 lakh users. So Facebook, Twitter can be controlled under the significant social media intermediaries rules. Okay, fine. Under the IT rules that had come. Now, basically IT rules 2021, it aims to regulate social media intermediaries over the top services, for example, Netflix, Amazon, Amazon Prime. It also aims to control the digital news. Okay, so these obligations have been imposed, and the most important provision of the IT rules is this, that all these social media, significant social media intermediaries, they have to appoint a grievance redressal mechanism. So if you have any complaint about the information that is spreading, so they have to appoint a grievance redressal mechanism, grievance redressal officer who will look in those complaints. Moreover, the privacy policies, fine, of this particular platform should also be should be communicated to the users. Users should be communicated that they should not bring any copyrighted material on this platform, should not spread it, should not use it. Anything that might threaten the integrity, sovereignty of India, any information which goes against these principles will not be allowed. So these things are to be conveyed by the social media intermediaries to their users. Fine. Moreover, there will be the grievance redressal officer who will be dealing with all the complaints. If there is some information and if there is any grievance, then grievance redressal officer will be dealing with it. And within 24 hours, the complaint has been received, they have to remove that content, fine, or such kind of things they have to do. Now, recently, government, particularly to regulate the e-commerce, had also come with the open network for digital commerce. Now, what is this open network for digital commerce? Basically, guys, see this thing. Today, there are mobility platforms, ride sharing apps, Ola, Uber. There are e-commerce platform, Amazon, Flipkart, delivery platforms that are there. Okay. Now, point is that, guys, You go on Amazon. On Amazon, you will find only the goods that are listed on Amazon. You go on Flipkart, you will find only the goods listed on Flipkart. If a player is listed on Amazon, he will not feature on Flipkart. And if somebody is on Flipkart, he will not feature on Amazon. What about small platforms? If today I want to start an e-commerce company, no seller will come on my website because he will never get the discoverability. They will simply go to Amazon and Flipkart only. How I can make my e-commerce company big? So what has happened? Government had now introduced open network for digital commerce. So what will be there? There will be one platform, and on those platform, all the services can feature, all the players can feature. For example, on open network digital commerce platform, you search for shoes. There, the shoes which are listed on Amazon, they will be displayed. Shoes that are listed on Flipkart, they will be displayed. Myntra, they will be displayed. So point is that those artificial walls that were created, they are being removed by this ONDC. Now, even if there is a small e-commerce website on which a seller has listed its items, they will be displayed here. So that big advantage that these big players had, it will go away. So this is one very big reform that has been brought. Now, what can be the road ahead, particularly for the Google issue? The response can be Indian operating system. Recently, Ministry of State for Ministry of MOS for Electronics and Information Technology had said that Government of India is planning to develop its own operating system for mobiles so that the reliance on Apple, Google can be reduced. Fine. So indigenous operating systems announcement has been done by the government, which can be an enabling step in this particular direction. Now, moreover, as we talk about the digital marketplaces, they have already been regulated by European Union, fine, through the European Union Digital Service Act. India also needs to have such umbrella legislation, and therefore there is a need of Digital India Act in this particular direction immediately. So that is all, guys, about this particular topic. And with this, we come to an end to this particular topic. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I am pretty confident that all the dimensions around this has been cleared. So that is all for today. Thank you so much.